Welcome to Divorce Planners, where we are going to take you state by state and help you understand the self-help in your state to begin the process of getting your own divorce finalized. I have 20 years experience within the family court industry, so this channel will also be educating the American people on the dynamics of that industry. Now, clearly, if you are looking to file your own divorce, you do not want to hire a professional that profits off of the hardship of your family using laws and statutes and rules that are created by them down at your local bar association. So on this channel, we are not attorneys and we do not give legal advice. We are here to guide people in the self-help process that your state provides to you in order to get a divorce. So let's get right to it. Okay, welcome to Colorado. DIY your own divorce. We are not attorneys. We do not give legal advice. We are walking people through state by state self-help divorce. So here we are at Colorado. And as I like to disclose is, depending upon your state, the state website could have the current documents because they are constantly updating and revising the documents required to file. So in some states, it's at your state court self-help tab. In some states, it is at your county court self-help tab. So good thing is to read. Some states will tell you that from the state website, some won't. I suggest using the state website documents unless you do see something that says your county has more updated documentation. So we're going to go into Colorado Judicial Branch, and we're going to go into self-help forms, family cases. As you see here, you have divorce. You have child custody without a marriage. You have, if you want to get a legal separation. If you want to know the difference between a legal separation and a divorce, I strongly suggest you contact a lawyer and ask what the difference is. If you're wanting to get divorced, you just need to get divorced. Annulments, then you have paternity and all the different other self-help forms. We are teaching people self-help DIY divorce. So here you have all family law forms. And in Colorado, they're called JDFs, Judicial Document Form. So here are those forms. What I suggest is you come over here. There's your filing fee. So a petition for dissolution, this is $230. The response is $116. If you come with a mutual agreed upon divorce, document signed, notarized, nobody has to respond. Respond is what somebody does if one person files for the divorce, serves the other person, then they need to respond. So as you can see, if you come in agreement, you've already saved $116 with the court. Okay, so here are your forms, but my favorite thing here is the detailed instructions. How to file divorce. How to file divorce with kids. You click on the JDF form and it's going to give you the instructions. This is what the court needs to know to establish if you can get divorced in their jurisdiction. Now, as you come through here, you're going to have the forms to file your case. If you are filing together, you need to complete these forms together. Notice there is no summons. Well, there's a summons here. Case information, petition, and then this would be the summons. But if you're signing the petition together, you will not need the summons. Sworn financial. This has to be done within 41 days of filing. So you need to get this done. Your sworn financial is, it looks like Colorado has updated their website to make it easier. this is what is required. Your gross income. You can take a tax form. If you take the one from the end of the year, divide it out into those pay periods. Usually you can get an accurate calculation here. You will need to complete all information. Your district court, you're going to put the district court you're in. And then you're going to put down here the court address. And it does not let you put in the court address. So, oh, there we go. So if you just click on the document, you're going to find where you need to put that information. And then this will be a marriage. And then you're going to put your name and your spouse's name. Now, you have a co-petitioner, which means you both are doing this jointly if you're that way. / respondent means you're not doing it jointly and this person's responding. This just determines how the court is going to identify each person in this case. You will need one of these for each person. This is your document. And it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm employed 40 hours a week. I'm paid whether you're paid weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. And then the information from the other party. Your household consists of 2 adults and 4 kids. And then this is what you believe the other party to be making. This is tax year from the previous year and what each person made in that tax year. You're going to come down, fill this out. If this is pretty straightforward, self-explanatory, you're going to be putting the money here, totaling it up for that section. Same here. It's very self-explanatory. If you get into something you don't understand, save it. You might need to speak with an accountant after you've done this and your child support worksheet. All right, so there is your how-to instructions, and they're going to walk you step by step what you need to do. In Colorado, the filing fee is $230. This would be your final decree. Now, when you get something like this, it looks like it is the court order, which it actually is a decree. Some courts want you to fill it out and some don't. It is in your list of documents to do. So if I was you, I would be filling it out. You just fill everything in. It's a decree. You're going to put your information here. You will not have a case number, so all of this the court will have to do, especially if you go in and have everything together at one time. So appear in person, or did not appear. This is where the judge is going to enter. So anything you're doing on this document, they just want the header up here. This is what the judge will be ordering and what they're stating. It's kind of like their flow chart of your divorce, and it will become the final decree. Okay, so once we've gone through here on how to file, you're going to come over to your forms, which you actually don't even need to because the forms are all right here. So as you're just referring back and forth to this document, you'll be able to get the documentation you need. Here is a JDF. This is if you cannot, a JDF 205. This is if you cannot afford that filing fee. This is a financial document where you'll be putting in information and asking the court to waive that filing fee for you. And then if you come down here, this is service, but if you're filing together and you both have done the petition for dissolution and signed it together, then you don't need to worry about serving. If you are serving, I suggest you get your summons done, and when you go to the court to file your divorce, I strongly suggest you use the sheriff's department to do the service. A process of service needs to be filed that person truly got the documentation. Now you can hire a process server if you want. They know what they're supposed to do as well. But if you have a friend serve and then you don't get that process of service done correctly, they could shut your case down and you have to start all over and repay that filing fee. So my suggestion is the sheriff's worth the money to have served. If you don't want to use a sheriff because you don't want the intimidation or that factor, find a process server, have them serve the documents. All right. And then here, if you get into, this is a certificate of compliance. This is what you've given to the other party. Now, when you decide to get lawyers and people want to get into allowing lawyers to practice the law, air quotes, they are practicing statutes and different things that were actually written by them through the Bar Association. So it's not a real practice of law. It's a practice of their entity that they have within the law. They are going to want all of this documentation from you, the other person's attorney. And you're probably going to have to provide it to your attorney as well. This is just another way to have documents that drive up legal fees. All the court wants to know from you is your sworn financial. That's all they want from you. Child support worksheet is also something that needs to be filed, which they are stating here, but obviously it's not on here. This is the only thing they're going to want. Most people that have been in a marriage have access to all of this other information. So if you're in agreement and you're moving forward on your case and they want to know, if you haven't provided this information, they want to know why. So I would state here that you both already have access to it. You're married, you're in the same household. Respectfully, let them know that you guys have already seen that documentation for each other. Okay, so then you're just back to the next forms that you need to do. It's pretty self-explanatory here. Not a lot to go over. And then they do have in Colorado family law software. This is going to help you get the calculation done on your child support worksheet. Now, if you agree to child support or you don't agree to child support, the calculation is there. You can either use what was agreed upon. And you're going to come down here into this parenting plan. They're going to have a section, amount of child support. Now, they're going to give you options here. The amount of child support from the worksheet. This is from child support service case. This is a worksheet. This is the child support that the parties agree upon. So if you come to an agreement, that is also available. Health insurance cost. Now, if you'll notice on all of these documents, they are giving warnings. You are getting warnings for timelines. Pay attention to those because it's just going to help the process go easier. It's going to make things easier and more efficient for the courts and within the hearing, shall you go in for a hearing. Okay, in most divorces, when you are filing with a kid, the court is going to make you appear. When you are filing and you do not have kids or your kids are adults, you are allowed to file without appearance. So what that means is basically you're giving the court everything they want, and here's an affidavit for decree without appearance. Everything's been determined. You guys have directed your own divorce. Everything's been separated. You're just asking the court to grant that without actually having to make an appearance to the court. Majority of the time, if you don't have kids, you will be allowed to do that process. If you have kids, they usually want people to show up to court, just establish that jurisdiction. And as you can see, that option is not here if you are divorcing with kids, because the court's going to want to see you guys, talk to you, make sure they have jurisdiction. All right, so that is what we have for Colorado's DIY self-help divorce. Again, I do offer consulting. I do have a link on my YouTube page for 50% off up to an hour. My fee is normally $100. You will be getting that for $50. Remember, when you call me, to respect that we are not lawyers. We do not give legal advice. We do not practice law. I am here to consult with you, help you determine moving forward, different things like that. Help you maybe if you're stuck on something that you need in that document, I can help you understand that. But I am not a lawyer. Do not give legal advice. Thank you all for watching Colorado. Have a great day and best of luck moving forward.